Hello, my name is Teresita Blanco, the Artsy sister, and today we're reading Saturnastra Marduke, Chapter 16, Part 1, The Final Battle. Oh yeah, the number's going down, bro?
Yeah.
I took out my mother's bow and shot Bersamet in the eye. Calmly he removed the arrow. His archers in anger shot at me. They were appalled by such unprovoked aggression. Bersamet shielded me with his body. In his fury, he yelled to his men, "This is a duel to the death among men. The next idiot to shoot Marduke is a death man." Swiftly he turned around and he swung his executioner's axe. I managed to dodge it with ease. For a while, I spent shooting arrows through the holes in Bersamet's armor. With ferocity, he tried to hack away at me. I always took care to maintain my distances. After a while, he stopped chasing me. He made a signal to one of his generals. Together, they brought out a massive bow with 6 arrows. Apparently, he planned to fight fire with fire. Seeing his plan, I went to hide behind a rock. Bersamet did not seem too unnerved. It almost seemed like he was bored. When he shot his arrow, it went right through the rocks. I was barely able to avoid it. The next arrow he shot scraped one of my legs. I could tell that he was toying with me. I knew from experience what an excellent marksman he was. Calmly, he literally scraped off my armor, one arrow at a time. Suddenly he yawned a little. He pointed straight at my forehead. I covered myself in my cloak, and I had everyone gasp when my cloak deflected his arrow. He shot at me time and time again, and he kept me pinned to the ground. All the while he got closer and closer. I took care to count all the arrows he had in his quiver. When I felt that he had run out, I got out from beneath my cloak and I drew my knife at Bersamet. This one got stuck in his eye. His corrosive sparse blood completely corroded the knife. Calmly he removed what was left of it. In anger he yelled back, "Is this it? Frankly, Marduke, I'm a bit disappointed." I said nothing to his remark. Once again I shot him with arrows. I was near finished with the early stage of the game. Since I had run out of long-range weapons, I had to use my sword to fight him from my clothes. Quickly I ran toward him with my blade out. He swung at me with his executioner axe. I leaped to dodge it, and with all my strength I struck Bersamet's both shoulders with my blade. They pierced the armor and the flesh. Before I was able to jump away, he kicked my gut. Luckily, my foot was beneath his necklace. Thus, when I flew halfway across the field, I took his power stone with me. At that moment, I activated my mini areas inside the arrows that had struck Bersamet. They each started to drain his blood. Feeling his blood departing, Bersamet instinctively reached for his power stone. Not finding it, he panicked and he started looking around the floor for it. Meanwhile, I was busy coughing up blood. Slowly, I forced myself to rise. I wiped the blood off my face and I raised Bersamet's power stone above my head. At the top of my lungs, I yelled, "Looking for this?" Bersamet gave me an evil smile and he held his hand to his chest. I saw the power stone disappear and then reappear inside his hand. Yes, things were finally going according to plan. Those swords that I had were my last weapons. Bersamet's blood had corroded right through them. Now they were just useless pieces of iron. With disdain, he dislodged the swords from his shoulder. The blade, with arrogance, he yelled, "Is this it?" "Yes, I am at my limit. This is all that my human body can do." He snapped back, "So stop fighting like a human and finally get serious." Once again, he went back to cut me in half with the executioner's axe. He was not putting much of an effort. Eventually, I led him to one of my traps. Nothing too complicated, just a classic spike in the floor guide. Bersamet easily fell for this trap, and one of them went right through his head, only leaving the helmet behind. The others two made quite a mess of it. Quickly, his blood corroded the spike. I could feel his one remaining eye shine black. I took a few steps back from the hole. From beneath, I heard Bersamet yelling, "This is juvenile! I thought my foot could taught you better." Oh yeah, the time?
Well, that's like 10 minutes.
"What is juvenile is that you fell for such an easy trap." I snapped back, hiding behind the rocks. Truly the battle was not... He leaped from the hole and he landed before me. Once again he tried to hack me with his axe. Once again I leaped back and tried to reach for his power stone. Again he kicked me like the last time. This time I placed my hands before the strike and this allowed me to push back myself a bit without and shielded myself from the damage. Somehow I landed on my feet. It was a good thing too because Berthelme tried to slice me again. He let his guard down for a second. I generated a dagger out of thin air. It was small with a long thin blade. I made certain that the blade was so sharp that it could slice through atoms. Using my cloak, I hid the movement of my dagger. All the Berthelme knew was that suddenly he was missing one hand. As quickly as this strike came, I hit my dagger anew. Sharp Berthelme looked at his injured hand. Everyone too seemed dazed. When the shot passed, Berthelme started laughing like a madman. His crystal began to glow and his hand regenerated quickly. I too was surprised at the swiftness of his regeneration. My cellular daggers left small traces of electromagnetic pulses that prevented regeneration. It seems that even they were no match for Berthelme's peculiar blood. Berthelme grew tired of this fight, so he started fighting more aggressively. And the more he fought, the faster and stronger his blow seems to become. Whenever I would slice up a hand or a leg, he would grow it back even swifter. If it was not for the protection of my cloak, I would have been sliced in half more than in one occasion. His final blow dislocated my shoulder. After this near-fatal blow, I gave up fighting him in close quarter. I ran away from him while trying to relocate my shoulder. Like before, he ordered for more arrows for his bow. Unlike before, this time he was shooting to kill. The first arrow shot me in the back, and due to my cloak, the arrow did not pierce my body. However, the shot felt like somebody had punched me in the back. The next arrow would have struck me in the head if my shadow hadn't grabbed it from thin air. The pity was that as we were now, his powers were a mere shadow of his original. Everyone looked shocked at my shadow. In a serious tone, I said, let us test the limits of his regeneration power. Marketing Berthelme said, yes, let me test the limits of your powers. My true form summoned a new katana made of selenite. With all haste with my shadow, and I started running a circle around Berthelme. He looked at a display of speed with disdain. He stretched his hand and he taunted us he taunted us into striking him. While mimicking my true force movements, we slashed at Berthelme many times. Each time we hacked at him, he regenerated. After finally getting serious, I managed to slice Berthelme into ribbons. All that remained was a power stone and a huge pile of sliced meat that was once called Berthelme. Oh yeah, the time?
6 minutes.
His blood too started corroding the meat. In essence, his blood was destroying him. It consumed everything until only a pool of blood remained. When it was done, his corrosive blood started decaying the ground around him. At the sight of Berthelme becoming a pile of meat, his army dispersed, fearing that I might go after them as well. I fell down on the floor after they left. From the ground, I breathed in a painful sigh of relief. The muscles in my entrails were all shattered. If I was lucky, I might one day make use of this human body of mine. My true friend went to destroy Berthelme's power stone. When he tried to dedicate, Berthelme's blood made it pass through his hand. This time we summoned a blade and we tried to destroy the power stone. It left behind the glowing raw power. When it shattered, it left behind the glowing raw power of Libra. It took the form of the lady that was protecting the fifth tower. The sword struck Libra in the heart, finally killing her. From the wound, white blood fell. It mingled with Berthelme's corrosive his blood. When Libra's blood fell on Bersamin, he responded. Only this time his form was much smaller. At first it started with his blood bubbling. Then from the blood a hand rose out of it. A very bloody, small-looking man came out of the pool of blood. The remainder of the blood solidified in the form of an armor. Bersamin cracked his bloody face to reveal his true face. His eyes were clear, calm. From the back of his helmet flowed long red hair. His body was slender, with hardly any musculature. Judging by his form, it seemed that he was my kin. From his hand, he bled out a blood-red sword. It still had some of Libra's white blood around the blade. In a soft voice, he said, "For a long, long time, I looked for my family. For many years, I saw someone that was like me. Since I could not make them love me, I will make them fear me." That was when I met Libra. She was so like me, just so different. You said people like you were hunting her down. She did not believe I could protect her. One day she tried to leave me. She said that they were coming for her. I slew her because she did not stay with me. Now I realize that I have been a fool. The power stone was hers. She stayed with me till the very end. Now that it is gone, I only have that look-alike. Again I ask you, Marduke, surrender. I do not wish to slay someone that is like me. I peel back my human body, and then my true form manifested. I said, "I'm not like you. Since you came into this world, you have been a blight on this land. Even world domination will not suffice for you." After I said this, I sat down in the ground, and my true form rose from my shadow. On the other side of my shadow, my human body felt limp. I stretched out and breathed a little, the spring air. It was a pity that I had to fight during such a beautiful day. Oh yeah. Time?
2 minutes, 40 seconds.
While I stretched, Bersamin waited for me. He was in no rush to resume the fighting. Bersamin assumed his battle stand, and he asked, "Before I kill you, I wish to ask you one last question. I will not deny a dying man his last wish," I answered coldly. "What are you? What am I? What is Libra? Where am I from? Who are my people? Are you my people? Was I created or was I born?" He asked this question swiftly. I nodded and said, "The answers to those questions no longer matter. Rest in peace, Bersamin." To fight him, I summoned my mother's weapon, Lucifer. It was a scythe created from the carcass of Satan himself. It had the shape of a stylized bird. Its beak served as a spearhead. The scythe had the design of the wings. When it was on, it would emit a chainsaw sound. That's not written in the book. That's me making the chainsaw all the time.
1 minute, 30 seconds.
This blade had disintegrating power similar to Bersamin's spark blood. I hope that it will be enough. Bersamin made the first approach. Swiftly he ran towards me. He was so fast that he generated 5 astral images. I blocked his blade with my side. At the same time, my own astral image went behind Bersamin and struck him with a blade of light. At its tip, it had a drain area that got rid of some of the blood off his armor. He too was surprised by the fact that my astral image was solid. Little by little, we did a test of speed. Since I had him
Alright, it's already less than a minute.
this allowed me okay, so we'll continue this fight later. Bye bye and God bless.